I'm Gary Varvel. I'm an internationally syndicated cartoonist, and I love food, interesting people, and the art of caricatures. So what better way to spend a day than to combine all three? This is Cartoonist and Cafés drawing caricatures. I've got an urban vibe today, so I headed to Public Greens, a cafe inspired by an urban farm market with a community focus. Situated at the head of the Monon Trail in Broad Ripple, this cafe features a weekly changing menu offering locally grown produce, houses an active beehive, and homemade desserts, all served in a modern cafeteria style. My guest today, all the way from the cornstalk ghetto of Iowa, Hoosier transplanted celebrity comedian Scott Long.
Yeah, Tarjay, you don't go to J.C. Pennwall.
Scott has been seen on NBC, Fox, ESPN, and The Bob and Tom Show. He's written comedy sketches for Frank Caliendo for over a decade or the NFL on Fox pregame show.
I was the class clown, so a lot of times people will say, oh, you're the class clown, right? I was the guy that would kind of riff off at the teachers. Like I'd raise my hand, give the right answer, but give them a jab. I would get on my report card, even when I was a little kid. Talks too much in class, pleasure to have in class. Right next to each other. I got this numerous times. How can you do both of those things? I was like a really precocious little kid.
Yeah.
I don't really think I'm any more capable of being, intelligent than I was at 10.
Gary Varvel!
Wow, did you hire that guy? What were the odds of this neighborhood? Someone actually...
Check him to see if he has weapons.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That was beautiful.
It is.
Take two. Here's another thing I do with my free time. I go in job interviews for jobs I don't want. Then you can be yourself and mess with the interviewer. Before I was doing stand-up comedy, I was interviewing people that I'm like, I want to go and just turn the interviewers' heads and spin it, which I did. Yeah. Anyone here tonight? Job interview questions. Hit me with one. Anybody here tonight? Go ahead. Classic. Well, what's it say, Sean? Oh, it appears like I'll be doing your job. It doesn't look that hard. Sean, take that to work Monday. Try that out. It was a rent-a-center.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, he's like, well, why do you want this job? And I'm like, well, I've always wanted to charge obscene interest rates to poor people. And he's like, I don't think that's the kind of attitude we need here. And I'm like, well, I guess you're not interested in honesty. So
That kills me.
and that was 20 some years ago when those were really popular.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That one made me cry. Sexy as bacon. Mm-hmm. What's the genesis of that?
I went to Los Angeles. I realized that, wow, you've got to be really fit when you're out here because everyone's super fit.
Yeah.
So I'm at this meeting and I'm like, I don't like the pressure of that. I'm like morbidly obese in Los Angeles. But here, I'm like Midwest anorexic.
Right.
That's because our food's so good.
It is.
So I make this shirt sexy as bacon because I'm really at the point in my life where I'm not sure there's anything sexier. And then it comes out that they say bacon could kill you. My point of view is you might commit suicide if you walk past a plate of bacon. That would be the only way that's gonna kill you. I've done comedy for over 2 decades. And the way I started and the place that I am now, very different. My daughter, after test, she was diagnosed with autism. It was very devastating. But a year or 2 into it, I never talked about my family or my personal life. That wasn't where my comedy was. And I felt like, this is what's unique to me. I did like a one-man show. It's like kind of an artsy festival. I hear this word, quit acting like a retard. And when I hear that word, I think of this girl, my daughter, Maddie, who would never judge you on if you're fit or fat, gay or straight, black or white, beautiful or ugly. Here's how my daughter judges you. It's crazy.
She will judge you. If you accept her and give just a little bit of your heart to her, she will open up her heart to you and love you forever. So maybe the next time you're reaching for an R word, maybe grab the other pocket and grab respect, because these people really deserve it.
I don't know if it's the biggest laughs I've ever gotten, but it's the best stuff I've ever done. I mean, and I've had people walking out crying and telling me they loved the show.
Yeah.
And they had no idea that that's what I was going to do. I was not preaching to the converted. Right. I was preaching to people, you know, that might be 6 beers in.
Yeah.
I learned that I didn't have to make a joke every 10 seconds. I don't think we live in that world anymore. You know, even when you watch, the best shows are a mix on TV of comedy and drama, in my opinion. I don't think we live in this world now where it's got to be every 10 seconds, and then and the laugh track and all that. Though if you do have a laugh track, I hope you use it during this.
How many people believe all babies are beautiful? Raise your hand if you believe they are. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. No, I've seen a couple babies where I'm like, sweet mother of E.T., what's happening here? Get this kid some Reese's Pieces, he looks hungry.
I wrote for TV for 13 years for Frank Caliendo, who a lot of people know from he's like the greatest impressionist in the world.
Yeah.
Rich Little said he was the best impressionist he's ever seen.
Wow.
That'll just tell you how good
That is amazing.
Frank is. Yeah. The thing that I'm most proud of is I did it from the center of the country. A lot of the people that are super talented that live in LA or New York, they didn't come from LA or New York.
No, exactly.
They had to move out there.
Babies get better looking as they get older, right? Well, it wasn't happening quickly for my son. He was handing me the delivery room though, and I looked at him and I'm like, oh buddy, I love you, but you got a good personality. There's beautiful Mallory, and then there's this dude right here. No, he's great looking if you like a guy that looks somewhere between, 6 months and 53 years old.
Well, it goes to the principle of a prophet has no honor in his hometown.
Oh.
That's what Christ said, and that's
He
probably,
did?
Yeah, that's what he said. So,
Oh.
and that's true because people knew you when you were little and you were growing
Right.
up, and then so, you know, it's like nothing. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? I mean, that was the attitude, and so then the same thing here in Indianapolis. Can anything good come out of that? Now,
Did they say, will it play in Nazareth like they
no,
did
they
with
don't.
Peoria?
They don't.
Because that was that in the
I don't know,
the Living
maybe they
Bible
did
when
that.
they kind of did things.
It's the Varvel translation of the Bible.
Oh my
Yes.
God, when does that come out? And why are we not promoting that harder? I hope it's got pictures.
It will have pictures. If I'm involved, it will have pictures. You got me to do something I never thought I would do. Stand-up comedian. You asked me, and it was one of those, do I really want to do this? But I did it, and I'm glad I did. It was fun. It was very stressful.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of public
You
speaking,
do a lot of
but,
public speaking.
but this is completely different. When you've got just a couple of minutes and you've got to get a laugh out of them. And here's my problem too. I am so tied to the visuals. If I'm talking to a group and I'm starting to lose them, I want to show you this cartoon I did 19, and I can go right to that, and there I'm up there and I'm just alone. But you helped me, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
You ready for the reveal?
I am. This is exciting.
Here we go.
Oh my. Oh, you're really good and dangerous. Oh, and you even got the sexiest bacon. I
That's
love
right,
that.
man.
Thank
See?
you.
That's you.
Oh man, this is exciting.
Yeah,
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, man.
Oh, this was fun.